In December of last year, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. I was pretty much in shock, and my sister, working for a oil company as well, had mentioned Oilfield Helping Hands. And then when I realized I could not go back to work because of all the tests I had to go through and stuff, that I started doing some research on Oilfield Helping Hands. I pulled up their website, which was tremendous. I don't know what I would have done without them at the time. They, no questions other than, here's my story, here's my diagnosis, and they were there financially.
2.5 years ago, my daughter was born. Shortly after that, when she was 7 months old, she started having eye problems. We took her to the doctor, and ends up she had bilateral retinoblastoma. It's a fairly rare form of cancer found in children. We were looking for alternative ways to treat her, and we found that in New York with Sloan Kettering there. We probably should have contacted Oilfield Helping Hands earlier than we did because they were a huge help. They initially helped us out with money to buy tickets for our back and forth travels to New York and staying there. The medical expenses were continually to pile up, and he was able to throw us a lifeline, so to speak, and to kind of bring us back in and get us on our feet again.
Well, in 2008, the company that I was working for had an impact, was faced with a lot of, hardships that they weren't expecting. So I was a part of the force of reduction, and since 2008, I really have not been able to land a permanent job. I was in unemployment, and that exhausted, and in the beginning of January of 2012, I heard about OHH, and they have actually made a difference in my life. Had it not been for OHH, I probably would have already sold my home, and there would have been major changes. Words just can't express how I truly feel.
I was having difficulty in breathing and just having a lot of issues with pressure on my chest, and went to Methodist, and there I went to St. Luke, and they said I had to have a bypass. I had a double bypass surgery. I was on the phone, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and a guy sitting on the side of her that never met me, and he asked her, could he talk to me? And he started telling me about this group, and it was called OHH. They were there, and they were the only ones I had. I wouldn't have been able to make it without OHH.
I strongly feel that OHH has been a blessing.
You're a blessing.
It's such a blessing.
I consider them like my guardian angels.
They're truly angels, and I feel so blessed to have found this Oilfield Helping Hands.